What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and as always, a massive welcome to any new subscribers or viewers. Really good to have you here. So in the first video with the JJRC Q130-C Pro, I wasn't sure whether the 45 amp 2-in-1 speed control and receiver combo was 3S capable. I couldn't find any information anywhere indicating whether it was 3S capable or not, so I just stuck with the 2S. It done a fantastic job, but today I really want to find out whether it is 3S capable, and later on we're going to swap over the speed control because the stock 2-in-1 board has got a little bit of a delay or a low punch setting, and personally I would prefer a high punch setting when it comes to off-road bashes and drift cars, so I really want to get that swapped out at some point. But before we try the 3S, just in case something goes wrong, I thought I'd pop down here to the local basketball court to see if the car was capable of drifting straight out of the box with no changes other than the wheels. I've got a cheap eBay set of drift wheels on there. Battery's already installed and plugged in, just got to get it switched on.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, it doesn't like steering to the left with the drift wheels on it. God, this is horrible. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring it out, to see if it could actually drift straight out of the box with the stock system. I knew I wouldn't need 3S to drift, but the delay, the punch, definitely making it very hard to get a nice precise drift. And the steering could definitely be better. If you just hold it open the whole way, you can pretty much drift it anyway. Definitely need more throttle response down low. Oh yeah, it's so hard with that delay. Alright guys, so we found out it's not really a drift car out of the box, but as you can see, I went ahead and put the stock wheels back on, and I have got a 3S battery in there, so let's go ahead and see if it is actually 3S capable, and hopefully get somewhere around 60-70 kilometers an hour on 3S if it doesn't blow up. Alright, it's 3S capable. There you go. Steering, throttle. Yep, we definitely have throttle. Already got the GPS in there. We did manage 44 with the stock battery and 48 with a 3000 milliamp 2S lithium polymer battery, lipo. So anywhere near 60 kilometers an hour with this battery will be excellent. Alright, so we've got 10 satellites there. All synced in. So we'll get that turned on. See what we can do on the 3S battery. Whoa! Alright, alright. Better turn that steering dual rate down. Whoa! What? Whoa! 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 Oh no! Alright, we'll go up and try that again. Definitely fast though. Oh my goodness. Whoa, it's almost doing wheelies at full speed. those brakes are way too strong. Let's bring that in, see what we got. Yeah, that's flying now, guys. Alright, we've got signal back. So what do we end up getting? 69 kilometers an hour. That's more than enough power for any little off-road car this size. Alright guys, I got the 3S recharged, so I thought I'd come back here for a quick bash. It is late afternoon, it's absolutely freezing, but yeah, should have enough time to have a little bit of play around on the bike here. Probably too much power in the bark and grass here. Oh, we can get backflips, not a problem now. Still got to change that oil in the shocks though. Wow, plenty enough power. Yeah, that delay's kind of worse with the 3S. It's very strange. Oh yeah. Starting to get a bit of stuff stuck in the steering and the wheels. I might have to move this ramp again. Whew, that was huge. Still doesn't like that grass, the thick grass. That shock oil's crazy thick for this car. On the wheels, no. On the roof again. You can really see how thick that oil is on the hard surface here. The car's bouncing all over the place. Nice, there we go, one onto the wheels. Oh, missed it. Oh, on the wheel now. Oh, we broke a shock, guys. So I lost the spring. Not sure where that went. I think I lost it one of the other jumps, but lucky I got plenty of springs at home. Alright guys, so I'm not sure if you've ever heard anyone say this, but I'm kind of glad that we had a little bit of damage, because now we can at least test out a different setup, get the shock oil and stuff changed over. But yeah, as you can see here, I've got the ball end swapped over. I did end up stripping the stock ball end, so I just found a couple of spares in my bits and pieces, and I did find a couple of spring retainers as well, because I did obviously lose that when I stripped the ball end. I'm also going to try these MJX springs. They're a little bit stiffer than the stock springs, but I think it might suit this car a little bit better, especially once I get that oil swapped over. And in the last video I mentioned I wanted to get the speed control swapped out, because the stock one has a little bit of a low punch setting, and this one is fully programmable. So yeah, it's a little Reactor 45 amp 2 to 3S speed control. I do like high punch settings when it comes to bashes and drift cars, so I think it'll suit this car a lot better, and I'll have to get a Dumbo RC receiver in there as well. But yeah, we'll get that swapped out, and we'll also get the shocks done. We can take it out and give it another test. It's a bit hard to guess viscosity just by looking at oil, but that is really thick. That is diff oil. What?
I wonder if they've accidentally put the diff oil in the shocks and the shock oil in the diffs, because the diffs are really loose. It actually feels like there's no oil in there whatsoever. So I'm very interested to look at those differentials now. Now it's a bit hard to see in there, but the holes in the pistons are rather large, so I'm still going to have to use some pretty thick shock oil, maybe like 80 or 90 weight, but yeah, that'll be a lot better than actual diff oil. I'm really running low on 80 weight, but I think I might have enough in here for these small shocks, and then I've got some 90 weight that I'll go with in the rear shocks. Feels better already. Alright, so we've got both the front shocks done. I thought I may as well leave them off so we can get to the differential a little bit easier. But before we do that, I want to get this speed control and receiver, or 2-in-1 board, off the car, and then we'll check out these differentials. How much Loctite do they put in that? Oh, this is not something you normally Loctite. Alright guys, I finally got that screw out, but it was absolutely covered in Loctite, including inside the actual head of the screw. So it was very hard to get that out, but yeah, we got it out. Time to check that front differential. Yeah, got a bit of Loctite on there, but nowhere near as much as that steering. Ugh. Oh, wow, mod 0.8 or mod 1 gears in there. Really good to see. Are they plastic? No, they are definitely steel gears. Definitely not used the thickest of oil. So we'll have to get in there. Not even a drop of oil in there. How can the grease get that dark after just one run? Nothing broken though. That's good.
Alright, so it's time to see how it goes now with all the changes. Thicker oil in the shocks, thicker oil in the front differential, as well as the 45 amp reactor speed control, 3S speed control. I do have a 3S battery in there, and as you can see, we're at a little bit of a different spot now. This is just a random like recreational area not too far away from my house. A few little jumps and a little BMX track sort of thing here, so we should be able to have a little bit of fun here. I haven't trimmed it in or anything. Wow, that punch is so much better though. The wheels aren't the grippiest on the loose dirt there. Nice little area. It's probably a good spot for the bigger cars actually. Oh, oh. Oops, oops, oops.
With wheels that hum and lights that peel, wild machine born of my hands, breaking rules it never stands. The little beast is gonna shine. Maybe some shock oil here, a new speedy over there, a touch of crazy to make it mine.
Probably got the steering dual rate up too much as well. I can't really test the shocks here. On the grass, the front shocks definitely feel a bit better. Yeah, we've got a lot of flat ground around here. There's nowhere with jumps. It's a good little flat spot though. Whoa, what the? Alright, there's a little jump there. I didn't see that. Where is it? Right here. New spot. Oh. Yeah, definitely got to try some different wheels now.